We're just now a few weeks away from the start of the new school year. And as summer winds down, it's important to help get your kids back into the right sleep schedule. We're joined this morning by Dr. Alice Hoagland, director of the Rochester Regional Health Sleep Clinic, with some advice for parents. And you can't start, well, you should start about 3 weeks out, right? Is that enough time, you think?
This is just about the right time to start easing them into a school schedule.
Right, okay. And how do you do that? I mean, they've been on one schedule for a better part of the summer, maybe staying up late, waking up late, you know, kind of doing whatever they want. And how do you rein it back in?
So the most important thing to remember is that kids actually lose regularity over the summer. They will, you just pointed out, they will have sleepovers until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they'll sleep until noon. And then other days they'll go to bed at 10 and get up at 5, you know, all over the place. So one of the things that I encourage parents to do is to start becoming collaborative with their kids, especially with their preteens and teenagers, which is to say, listen, we both know that you're going to be starting school pretty soon. We know that the most important thing that you can do is to start getting your life regular. What do you think, and pose this to the child, what do you think we need to do to start getting you so you'll be more comfortable getting up at, say, 6 o'clock in the morning? Most kids will buck at that, but at least you've started off with a sense that we're going to try to be collaborative about this. For parents, I usually tell them it's important to think that, especially for teenagers, they need to shift the time zone, because most teenagers have what's called a delayed sleeping phase. They very naturally stay up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and sleep until noon. This is a biologically driven shift that occurs. So I will oftentimes say to my teenage patients, your body is here in Rochester, but your brain is in California. So we need to get your body and your brain into the same time zone. And just like going on daylight savings, it takes 2 or 3 days for each time zone for you to get regulated.
I see.
So you get yourself shifted back. Interestingly, one of the best ways of doing that is to not go to bed earlier, because these kids aren't sleepy then. It's to start progressively waking up earlier. And that will de facto make them go to sleep earlier at night.
So you work on the
work on the wake-up time.
Yeah, you work on the wake-up, and then that way the go-to-bed time will just naturally
progressively
fall in place.
It will start to fall in place.
Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting.
As we think about shifting times, you know, say 6 o'clock is the average wake up. If we're talking about elementary, middle, high school, what is the target range of sleep that they should be getting, like amount of sleep?
It's almost, well, it's almost always, give or take, 9 hours, which sounds funny because in our society, if you go to any of these online polls, most teenagers get significantly less than 7. Now, they do come home, and around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they'll get themselves a good professional nap in. Kids do this all the time. So they're probably in a 24-hour period of time getting pretty close to 8.5, unless they have a lot of after-school activities.
Yeah, you got to keep that in mind, too, because they get busy.
9 o'clock-ish if people are getting up at 6.
Well, for preteens and for young kids, it's interesting. For teenagers, trying to get them to bed at 9 o'clock is going to be extraordinarily difficult.
Wow. Okay, so work on the wake-up, and the bedtime will naturally fall in place.
Exactly.
Excellent advice. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.
When we come back, how the city of Rochester is celebrating women with a day full of activities this weekend. We're going to learn all about Rock Women's Fest coming up next.